So I've read 6 books in January. That's a pretty good reading month for me, to be honest. Last year I was maybe like 3 books a month, but I've read 6 books, and I'm going to tell you about them because some of them are really good, some of them not so much, and some of them I'm not even really sure how to feel about them, which will all be explained whenever I talk about them. So carry on watching to find out what I read this month. The first book I read this month was The Throne of Broken Gods by Amber V. Nicole. This is part of the Gods and Monsters series and is the second book. I had read the first book just at the end of last year, sort of just after Christmas. This was probably one of my favourite reads in the last 12 months. Not gonna lie, I can't get over this series. The 4th book doesn't come out for a little while yet. I can't remember if it's this year or next year. I'm going to have to go back and check. But I was fully obsessed. Holy crap. So good. So this is probably a good... Oh my gosh, I can't even decide. I think it was a 5-star read. I think she was a 5-star read. I'm not gonna lie. I think 5 stars. It was absolutely fantastic. I haven't even been able to properly put my thoughts down in a written review yet, because I was just my head's just oh my god. I then went on to read the 3rd book in the series, which is Dawn of the Cursed Queen. 5 stars. Straight off the bat. 6 stars. 6 stars. Whatever Amber puts in those books is like literary crack. It's amazing. What is it? Tell me your secrets, Amber, please. Holy crap. So good. I can't get over the characters. Diana and Sam Keel are literal the feet kicking romance. That is literally what this was. It was so good. They are fantastic characters. Really good character development through the series as well. We go from sort of Diana being cutthroat, doesn't really care very much for people, to falling for this guy. I don't want to give it too much. Well, if you're listening to the series, it's falling for this guy. Literally would end the world for him. He would do the same for her, and he went from being this god who was didn't really understand human emotion and what was going on in the world and that sort of thing, to literally being I would tear down the stars for you, I would burn the sky for you. I loved it so much. I cannot recommend this series enough. Please go and read it, because I need more people to talk about this too, because I haven't seen very many people read it. The first book in the series is the Book of Azrael, and then obviously it continues from there. The plot's amazing, the world building is extraordinary, so deep and diverse and evocative of just magic. It's fantastic. I honestly cannot recommend it enough. Please go and read it. You need to, for my well-being, because I need to talk about somebody with it. So yeah, please go read it. So that was the first 2 books I read. Like I said, both of them incredible. 5 stars, 6 stars. Unbelievable. I will be posting full reviews eventually, when I get my thoughts into words, on both my Instagram, Fable and Goodreads. So they're all linked below, by the way. The next book that I read this month, it was an experience. I don't even know if I want to admit what I read to you guys. I really don't. This was a book that my colleague recommended me. Shout out to Grace. You get back in the gutter. It was called Little Stranger by Lee Rivers. If you don't know the premise of this book, I can give it to you without spoiling too much, but essentially a little girl adopted by her family. They adopt a little boy as well, and she's about, I think she's 6 or 7, something like that. Yeah, they don't have a very family friendly relationship, I'll tell you that. They're adopted brothers and sisters. They are not related. I'll give them that. They're not related. But yeah, it is something. It was an experience. I don't know if I really liked it or not. I can't decide. It's one of those books that I was I'm reading this and I feel like the worst person in the world, but I can't stop reading it. I would probably, I think, in terms, if I'm going to draw it right back to plot, characters, story, writing, I would say it's probably a 3-star, 2.5, 3-star for me, roughly. Characters didn't have a lot of development. Basically, the main character was I hate the world, I hate everybody except my sister. Through the entire book there was not much character development, he was just a bit of a dick. And the female main character, she was like, I don't even know how to describe her. She was really insufferable, if I'm honest. I couldn't feel sorry for her in any way possible. She was just annoying. And I know that's really lousy. She was just really annoying. I couldn't really get interested in her story. I couldn't really get interested in their story together. I was just like, I don't think I like this, but I like dark romance, but like the writing didn't make it enjoyable. Like I found it quite juvenile at points. Like the female main character was written very childish throughout the whole book, and just there wasn't anything that give her that like punch of like, oh my god, she's a cool character, like, you know, good on her, like that sort of. It was just like, she's kind of pathetic. So yeah, 2.5, 3 stars. I didn't really enjoy it. I'm sorry, Grace, for dissing on your rec, but like, it wasn't for me. I'll probably read Little Spider, which is the second book, just to see what it's like. They're very short, so it's not like I'm wasting a terrible amount of time by reading them, so we'll see. I then was very kindly sent an arc of Offside Rule by Literary PR, which is by Maeve Hazel. I liked it, kind of. It's like a sports romance. It's like a younger guy and an older single mom. I say older, there's like a 6-year age gap, so it's not the worst in the world. I like fast-paced romance. I do. I like it kind of going like bam, bam, bam. But this seemed to go from chapter 1, they meet. Chapter 2, they're hopelessly in love. And I was like, what? Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, there was no real background of either of the characters. Really, very, very little about the male main character. Even less so about the female main character. I could not relate at all to either of them. Like, I couldn't feel sorry for them, I couldn't feel any empathy for them, I couldn't feel happy when they got together. Like, there was none of that. I was like, this is so fast that I'm actually not getting the characters. Like, I'm just not. Like, and I found the portrayal of the young main character, he's 19, he's a footballer, Xavier, he was written as if he was like this like 40-year-old man. Like, he wasn't like any 19-year-old I know wouldn't act the way he's acting. Even the more mature ones, like I would say, like, I don't know, like my little brother, for example, when he was 19, he was probably more mature for his age. He had a very level head, and he did not act the way this boy was acting. Like, I just don't get it. Like, how do you go from, oh, I'm a professional footballer and I'm so cool, I'm a ladies' man, to being like, oh yeah, I'm going to take on this 25-year-old single mom and her kid? I don't know. I just couldn't really get it. There was some nice moments, but overall, it felt very clunky. It didn't really flow. I just couldn't get into it. It was probably like a 2.5 star, 3 star for me again. But I do appreciate that I was sent it for free, and obviously this is my honest review. I will be honest with you guys. Anytime I am sent a book, I'm not going to be like, oh my god, I loved it, 10 out of 10. If I didn't like it, because that's not honest, and that's not what I want to bring to my platforms. I'm here to be honest, I'm here to keep it real, and I didn't really like it, and I'm sorry, but that's just my honest truth. I'm so sorry. Don't hurt me, please send me more books. JK. Okay, so the next book I read, another recommendation from my friends. However, this was from my girlies over at Page and Wick. We met Penelope Douglas at Rare Edinburgh last year, and both Molly and Ems were like, god damn, read her books. And I was like, okay. So I picked up Punk 57 last year, and holy god, I loved it. It was so good. And then I picked up Credence a couple of weeks back, and oh my god, I did not expect to like it. When I read the synopsis and I read a couple of like spoiler-free reviews, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And oh my god, I loved it. However, it was only about, I'm going to give it, I think I give it a 4 star, and that's for the ending. So I'm not going to spoil too much of it. I'm not going to spoil any of it, actually. I'm going to try and give my best spoiler-free review here. Really, really good. Female main character, she was good. She was written well enough for me to enjoy the book and to relate to her in some parts. I did find her a bit pretentious at times, given the circumstances of how she came to live with the people she lived with, I found her a bit like, dude, like, do you have any heart? Like, what are you doing? I wasn't sure. I loved the three male main characters until towards the end. I really liked the older of the characters. I'm trying not to give too much away. I really like the oldest of the three male characters. He was really sweet. I was rooting so hard for him. Like, he just seemed so nice. He deserved so much. And I was like, this is kind of weird because, like, related, but also, like, I love it. And I really liked the second, I think he's the youngest. Yeah, the youngest of the three main characters as well. He also seemed really kind. He just wanted what was best for her. I was really rooting for him as well. Then the middle guy, he was the reason that this is a 4-star read instead of a 5-star read. I really didn't like the character at all, really. Towards the end, the middle, I was kind of like, okay, mysterious, wow, like runs off into the forest, so mysterious, so cool. And then as we got towards the end, I was like, God, I don't like this guy at all. And I don't like her now as much either. I was like, what is going on? What is going on here? Why is this happening? This doesn't make much sense because I'm trying not to spoil it too much. But basically, the person that the female main character ends up with in the end, I wasn't too happy about it. I don't think their story made sense. I don't think the love made sense. Like, I know it's dark romance, obviously, because of how it's written and, like, the topics it covers, but I genuinely don't see how they ended up together. So it kind of really, like, put a dampener on it for me because I was so buzzing, and then it kind of just, like, tanked towards the end, which was sad, but what can you do? So it was probably a 4-star read for me, but I did overall really enjoy it, and I definitely will. I've added like 4 more of her books to my list, and I'm really excited for the 5 Brothers one. Like, that sounds kind of cool. I don't know, you know, these dark romance, when you're reading it and you're reading it next to like your other half or in work or I don't know, on the bus or something, and you're like, God, I'm wild fucked up. But it's good. So yeah, probably 4-star for Credence. So I just finished a book yesterday that I had been tandem reading alongside 2 others, and it was Haunted Ever After by Jen DeLuca. It was adorable, like literally. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. It's a paranormal small town romance, which is something I've not read before, and I was really invested from like page 1. I've been trying to obviously read it with 2 other books, which has been a little bit tricky because one of them is quite a big read, which I will talk about in a second. But it was literally so cute. So basically, in short, without giving too much away, this marketing girly moves from like big town Orlando all the way to this small little town in Florida where she buys this like rickety old house, and everything is like named like something spooky because the whole premise of the town is that it's haunted, but she doesn't believe it at first, and then things start happening, and then she meets this cute guy at the coffee place, and then it's just all adorable. Honestly, such a good story, such good characters. I loved them all. Like, they were just so cute, so relatable. The names of all the places was so sweet. So I really enjoyed this. I think I give it about 4.5 stars. Like I said, it was a fab read, and I will definitely be reading more of Jen's books. Her writing is just so cozy. This would have been great to read around Halloween time, but obviously I read it now. But I do believe she has quite a couple more books, so I'll be going and adding those ASAP to my Kobo so I can get reading them because her writing is just fab, like I said. So yeah, 4.5 stars for Haunted Ever After. It was adorable. So that was the 6 books I've actually finished in full this month, and I'm recording this on the 29th of January, so I'm currently just about to finish Onyx Storm. Wow, so far 85% of the way through, so I'm getting there. I'm not going to give anything away. I don't want anybody to have this spoiled because I know people read a lot slower. Like, you know, you wouldn't read a full book in like 5 days. Obviously I've been tandem reading, so it's made it a little bit slower for me, but it's really good so far. However, there are some issues that bugged me from Fourth Wing into Iron Flame, and they're still in this book. So I don't know if people are going to quite like my review when it comes out. I'm not going to be mean. I know I was mean with, was it Fourth Wing? I think I was a bit mean with my Fourth Wing review. I'm not going to be mean, but I think this could have been better. So far, obviously I've still got 15% to read. Shit could change. It could literally blow me out of the water in these last, I think it's 150 odd pages. But so far, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not going to do that to you guys. But it could be better. And that's all I'm going to say so far. Check back in my February wrap up, because I will be including my full review of it in there. Or, even better, I might just do a full Onyx Storm review video. Let me know if you want that. Let me know down below in the comments, please and thank you. So last up is a book I'm still currently reading. I'm very, very nearly finished this, and it is Curses of Lavender by Isabella Stofka. It is here on my Kobo. She has very kindly sent me this as part of being in her ARC team, which I'm so excited about, especially on my new Bookstagram, which I've literally only been on for a month. And holy pants, I've got 2,500 followers on there, which is insane in a month. Like, what the hell, you guys? I've met so many lovely people, which is just crazy. So I'm very grateful to have been sent this. I'm really quite enjoying it so far. I can't quite figure out the timeline yet. It's kind of a mix of modern / fantasy, like older fantasy. I just can't figure it out yet, but I am enjoying it. The female main character is really, really good, so I'm hoping that it finishes up good. And yeah, this will also be in my February roundup, because I'm not 100% sure I will get to finish it before the end of the month, because we are at a concert tonight on the night I'm filming this, and then I've got quite a busy couple of weeks coming up, so we'll see. But anyway, that is my January reading roundup. 6 books listed all here, and all the reviews will be over here on my Fable, on my Goodreads within the next week or so. I'm very excited to jump into February now. I have a couple of ARCs that I have to read, for one even from like a local author, which I was so surprised about. The book is called Sweet Wicked Vows, and it's by Rachel Donnan. I'm so excited to read this. It sounds so good. She is a little indie author from little Northern Ireland, so big shout out to her. I will link the book down below as well. She's not asked me to do this, by the way. She's literally asked me to read the book, but I'm just so excited that like a Northern Irish author has released a book that's like my sort of vibe. So yeah, big shout out to her. I'll link her stuff down below. I've got a couple of sort of other books that I've been planning to read for a while as well to read in February, so hopefully I'll get around to those. But if you have any suggestions, any recommendations, please leave them down below in the comments. I really appreciate it, and I will add them to my TBR, because as you can see behind me, I have a lot of books. And that's not counting the 200 and something I have on my e-reader, and the fact that I've only read about 5% of all of them. So I will take all your recommendations and I will buy all the books, because I literally do not have any sort of self-control at all. But yeah, leave your recommendations down below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and it does help if you turn on your notifications as well, so you can see more of me whenever I post. I also do post shorts. If you haven't seen them, go and check them out. They're just random videos of me doing random things, so go and check them out and see what you think. And I will see you on all of my other socials, where I am Erin's Next Read. But I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye!